Welcome everybody. How is everybody doing on this wonderful Wednesday morning? Getting ready to get started. We can see that the market is pretty much just hanging out up in yesterday's high of range where we got most of the volume. Um, if you were to hold end period in, right, so my profile ends at 1600, but if you were to take it to 1615, you can see the last trade up here would have brought end period up to here, and that would give you a poor high, right? So we kind of looking for the market to repair that early on, get above, and maybe trade up into this gap. You can see I have that FOMC level marked. Good morning, Trin. You can see I have this FOMC level marked from the last time when we were up here, which was, you know, um, let's see, what date was this? This is the 27th of June, and that's when the Fed had put out that equities were too expensive or still overpriced, excuse me, and they decided to sell off a bit, but now we are back at those same levels. So it'll be interesting to see. We're at a level where people decided that they weren't going to buy before. Now we're going to see if they're going to step up and start buying. Let's see here. Morning, Double R. Morning, Adam. Morning, Peter. Why is this some weird? I'm just going to post the video real quick in the Discord. If you guys have not checked out the Discord, right, I post the trade view in there pretty much every day. So, definitely I would check it out just to give you a little bit of insight. Even if it disagrees with what your thesis is, you can kind of get an idea of what I'm looking at going into the day. So, not to say that, my opinion is going to be the best opinion on the web, but it's always good to, I think, get, an outside perspective. That way you don't get tunnel vision and only focus on what you're thinking. Morning, Kevin. It's for me, it just really kind of keeps me on side, right? If I see people, posting their trade plan and it's, opposite of my trade plan, it makes me think, oh, okay, well maybe I'm not seeing what I should be seeing and I need to maybe adjust or look out. Lots of talks about Netflix, and I have Netflix up right here. We'll make it big. You can see after market yesterday, they got a huge push up, topping out at 225, and then today they've come back down to about 210. So they're still opening up pretty big percentage higher than they did yesterday. Morning Ace. Morning Daniel. Morning Caesar. So yeah, it'll be interesting. Today we have Tesla earnings coming out. This is kind of the first time since 2021 that Netflix has actually had decent earnings and not just got blown out of the water. So that's good news for them. Definitely something we want to be paying attention to today and seeing if we're going to get any continuation. Where's my list at? Let's go ahead and just pop through some of these and see what kind of movement we're getting early in the market. We can see Apple's just kind of hanging out, Microsoft just hanging out, Google just hanging out, Amazon hanging out, Tesla's kind of coming down after getting a pretty big push up in the post market yesterday. Meta's just hanging out. Johnson & Johnson got beat down pretty hard, but has come back up right at the end of the day, but still, pretty far down below. Nvidia is pulling back, getting back below their 0 gamma level today, and that's going to be something interesting as we get closer to the open to see if they are going to come back to life here. My eyes pretty much be on Apple today, as I think Apple is, kind of the leader. If Apple, keeps getting that influx of buying, I think that can keep propelling the market up and keep going. Morning, gals. Just updating my gamma levels real quick. Okay. Hop had some coffee. What does a balanced overnight inventory indicate to you for today? So really the balance just is kind of letting me know that this responsive seller might still be a little bit active. We probably got a little bit of blow off of some of these shorts that got trapped down here, I think around that 50 SMA. Little, overnight short covering right here, but now we're back inside today's range. So really it's just kind of a mix, and I think today will be a little bit choppy. Ultimate scenario for me, what I would really like to see today is I would like to see the market open and just climb right above this previous day's high and just stay above it, and volume to step up, and then us get up into this gap followed with some initiated buying. We can see, fairly big gap. Let me see if I have this marked correctly. 1475, yeah. So, fairly big gap. If we do get into this area, I'm kind of expecting to see a bit of short covering. Not necessarily saying, for sure that it's going to happen, but I could definitely see the market really trying to come in early and try to sell. It's really hard to know. I think that it's probably just going to be choppy. We do have that very prominent point of control sitting almost right on the previous day's high. So, that will be a big level to test. If we don't get that big reaction off of this Globex point of control in the previous day's high, the spike, I think, we should be clear for takeoff. And when I say takeoff, I'm thinking more just like, a little bit of upside followed with sellers trying to come in, and then some followed by some more traps. And I just think, overall the market sentiment is still pretty bearish, and we just haven't seen any extensive downside or any real movement or momentum pick up to the downside. Buzz, hello, how are you? Morning, Dad. It broke through the downtrend. On a daily level, yeah. On the weekly level, I would say we're still in balance. And that's what's important to differentiate between, is on a weekly level, we're still in balance. We've got to, understand that, on this, because we're balancing on a weekly level, we have to remember that, we could get into this gap, and these higher prices could bring in, larger time frame or intermediate time frame sellers, and they could come in and respond at these higher prices and push the market back down. So that's just something we've definitely got to be aware of, or just at least be anticipating. Something I'm definitely looking for sure, to see if some of these sellers are still wanting to be active. Thoughts on BTC? Let me pull up the BTC real quick. On the weekly level too, we'll just jump back in a second. Yeah, so Bitcoin, I mean, it almost just looks like a risk on, it looks like a risk on environment, right? People are just, they're getting bullish again. They're trying to buy these more risky assets, and they're looking to get up. I think above this 25,000, if Bitcoin gets above this 25,000, we're going to see, a bit of a short covering rally that could take us all the way up to, I think probably around this 27,000 level. Um, and that's if the market is able to get above that 25. I think it's still got some room to the upside. I don't really have much in here, right above that 24, 199, 24, 200, just because I just haven't really seen, anything serious, at least yet, that any supply, like I was talking about the other day, every time it comes to a low, it just seems to run out of supply, right? We've just been putting in like these weak lows over and over and over, and then finally yesterday got that breakout of balance. So as we break out of balance and hold above balance, the longer we hold above balance here, and we can see the weekly VWAPs on the way up, the better the odds become that we keep pushing to the upside. If we take a peek at the ES here on the daily, right, you can see, I mean, it just depends on how you would draw this level, right? So if we were to add a drawing, right, you could add it here, and you'd still see on the daily we haven't really broken trend to the upside. On a weekly level, I think, at least for me, I'm still thinking that this is balance, right? I think we have a balance here and then a balance here, and these balance levels are overlapping. You can't draw a trend line with 2 points. I just did. That's what James always tells me. You can't draw a trend line with 2 points. I do it all the time, and it works great. But typically when these balance levels are starting to get tighter and tighter, it's because it's technical analysis rules, Kevin. But I make my own rules. But typically when these balance levels are getting tighter and tighter, you're starting to see the market or the trend get a little bit stale, a little bit old. Um, you know, and this can be a sign of a possible reversal, right? Not saying that the market for sure is going to keep bouncing here, just saying that the trend is getting a little bit overdone, and the intermediate trend is to the downside. But if we pull back to the daily, right, and that you can see, we could go here, right, draw this, and you're talking about 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4 points connecting down. So there's more than 3 right there. Um, so there it is. But I mean, I really just think that the market's kind of just sitting in this, in a balance, right? Um, in an even tighter balance here. And I heard somebody talking yesterday about this W pattern. I'm not sure. I haven't looked into much W patterns, but I mean, it does look like a W. I'm not gonna lie. So, whatever the significance of that, could be that the market's going to break out. I do think that they got trapped a little bit here on that 50 SMA yesterday, so it kind of makes sense. And I mean, we could even, so here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points there. I mean, it just, you could, that's why I'm not a huge trend line person. I mean, I like them, but there's just no way to, to be like, oh, this is this and this is that. But James does always tell me that same thing when I send him pictures of like trends, and he's like, no, 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 that's not a real trend line. And I'm just like, in my brain, it's a trend line. So we've got about a minute and a half. Need to hustle up. Back this up. Let's get this thing rolling. Make sure the sound's on over here on YouTube so we can all get in there. All right, now we're ready. We're motivated. We've got about 20 seconds until the market opens. We can even see the volume starting to pick up a little bit here as we get closer to the session. Kevin, how about resistance support lines? Can I use 2 points there? You could do whatever you want, man. I don't think there is, I mean, the rules are just set, you know, based off of somebody else's ideas. So if you have your own ideas, you know, the market's always changing, so. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. So initial offer, market opens up, one ticks right at that spike base, finds an offer. Let's see if they can get down to repair some of this weakness, right? A test down into this single prince should tell us a little bit about what's going on in the market. Look at the tick, right? This is the first time in a while that we've seen the tick open up relatively neutral. You can see the market, Apple's coming down a bit. You can see the breadth on the NYSE is pretty much flat, right? Very balanced, and same thing with our sectors. Still offering down here a bit. Sellers coming in at the 35. That weekly VWAP at. Sellers coming in on the open. See, oil's down about 1%. Everything else is about neutral. Bonds are up 0.3. Amazon's up almost 1%. Where's Tesla at? Tesla is up 1%. They've got earnings today. So that's a big, have my eye on Tesla for sure today to see, you know, what they're going to do during this session. Market's just feeling itself out, a little bit choppy, right? We saw mechanical sellers come in on off of the open, right? So I don't think that that open's going to hold throughout the rest of the day, but you know, they say a strong market doesn't break the open. If that market doesn't get back above the open, that's going to signal some more downside, and it'll probably bring us down, you know, into some of these single prints. Oil, poke, what's up, bro? Yeah, oil's coming down here a little bit, down below $100 again. Interesting yesterday that we did have some volume pop up and follow the price to the upside yesterday. Not really a ton of follow through, but we did actually have volume shift to the upside. A little bit of short covering there on the lows here. My eardrum's blowing up. Buyers coming in on the 34 there. Apple's coming down here. See what Netflix is doing real quick. Netflix is coming down. I know I should have sold those. Crypto Mojo, what's up? Remember, this open was mechanical, so I wouldn't be surprised to see them target that open and try to break above. But it will be signaling if these sellers are able to hold the open once again and this market trades back down to the low, that there is a relatively responsive seller in the market. So, it's just, something that you want to be aware of, because we are getting to the top of this intermediate balance zone. And there could be a reaction at these lower levels if these sellers are willing to move down from the gap and respond a little bit lower to hold the price down. Mechanical selling still off the open. The breath has flipped green. Nasdaq's starting to turn green. Apple's flipping back. The 850 is the open. There we go. So now let's see if they flip here. So we've got shorter time frame traders selling the open. Now we want to see if they let it go, and now they're going to buy the open. That target will become the previous day's high at 43.25. Look for volume to come in. We're not really seeing it yet. There we go. The volume is pretty low, about 46,000 so far starting off. So yeah, so not like a total crazy amount of volume, but typically when we get this upside, there we go. Typically when we get this upside, we're looking for we're typically have a little bit lower volume. Back below the open to check and see if these sellers or buyers are active. A lot of volume just coming in right on the open.
What is a spike base?
It's just where I marked like the impulse move. So like you could mark the base of the spike from like the M low if you wanted to, but because we had all of this volume come in, I just marked it where the J high. So it's almost kind of like a, the selling tail at the top.
And then did you mark the top?
Yeah, the spike high, yesterday's high, 43.25. Selling off the prior day's high here. Looking for initiated buyers to take us above. Do I ever use individual session value, very high value, POCS levels as stop loss, take profit entry? Yeah. Morning, Reyes. Yeah, I will, Double R. And I think using those levels is probably some of your best bets as it goes to placing, right? So let's say if you were to have been short, right? If Jared's on yet, I'm not sure, but he's probably short. He is on. His stop loss should be this M high, right? If we break above that M high, he should just call it, naturally. Young Cryptic, what's up, man? But and then look for a different trade. So I definitely use structure and areas like that as areas of confluence, I guess you could say. So offer came in right here at the 42. Let's watch how it acts again if it gets to this 42. A pretty strong, or I mean, not a real strong reaction off that overnight point of control, right? Not able to get back below the open yet. A little bit of backfilling here on this weak structure. Buyers still active. Sellers just got trapped at the 39 right on the open. 38.75. They need to get it back below that 39.50 or else they're going to get stuck here. Offers moving down to 40.50. Look at the volume starting to come in right here on this 40.50. 40.75. But no push back. That's why I think they're trapped at the open again. Sellers are. Obvious reference points a bit crowded. Yeah, they definitely are. Yeah, I mean, it's just it's mechanical, right? So you get you get a lot of people trying to go to the opposite. That's why you always sell a couple ticks in front, couple ticks, you know. That's what we call selling into strength. Definitely some pretty light volume though so far to start this day. That's for sure. Not a very big range. People just still selling the previous day's high. Will I revert to individual session levels more? So like, I mean, today's an inside day, but like, let's say if, you know, if we got back down into this day's uh value area, right? I would look for a trade like that, right? So like if we're getting into a value area of a previous day, I'm looking to find acceptance inside that value area, and then I'm targeting the point of control and then the opposite side of value. I do that every single time. Um, I always pay attention to like the high, the low, and the point of control of all the individual sessions. Those are kind of my go-tos.
Can you repeat that?
So if we're breaking into, so today we opened inside, right? So it's a little bit different, but you know, if we opened outside of value, you know, like trying to find a day, but you know, if we open outside of value and then trade inside the previous day's value area and then get accepted, that's when I'm looking to trade back to the point of control, back to the opposite side of value if we don't get that huge reaction off that point of control. What's up, Thomas? Uh-oh, my internet connection is unstable. God damn it.
I feel like
Yeah, I could tell that it's like kind of shitty. So market looks back below the open, looking for these responsive sellers or initiated sellers, I mean, excuse me, to come back in. Looking at the dollar. Dollar's basically flat, going up a little bit. Oil's coming back down. Apple's hanging on barely. Amazon's still going. Meta's still doing okay. Netflix is flipped, coming back down to yesterday's close. Tesla is still on the move to the upside, coming up towards that pre-market high, so or came up to that pre-market high and is kind of coming back into balance, but above yesterday's high, it looks like still. My stomach is rumbling. So back and forth across the open again. Bot didn't buy anything, not enough volume, I would guess. Call put ratio is 85 to 19. Moving very slow. Yeah, the market really is just kind of trying to decide what it wants to do here. Back and forth above and below the open over and over. They offer that 40-50 level again. I still think that ticket is the 42, so let's watch the 42 as it comes up to the 42. If these sellers don't reoffer that 42, it looks like they're just sitting on the high trying to get a good fill. But if they don't offer that 42 on a retest, then we'll probably see some more upside. But if not, we're just kind of stuck inside yesterday's range, unable to break it here. Look at the breadth. It started off red, flipped to greens, now back to red. We can see the tick is pretty much just making lower highs here, but not really anything significant. We do have home sales coming out at 10, so the market could just be kind of chilling, waiting for that level to or those numbers to come out to get a little bit more information, right? A lot of times when the market is just balancing, it's waiting on new information to make its decision. So big jump up there, almost was out of the 41. Offer still there. Very slow, very tight range. We saw this yesterday, right? A period just kind of, sitting in about 13-point range today. Very similar as yesterday, just back and forth across the open until the market decided that it had enough inventory to make its move. Apple's on the high, or getting close to the high. Dang, my stomach is rumbling. I need to get a snack or something. Jeez. Less aggressive buying coming in up here, though, is what it looks like to me. Watch for Apple to break out. AMD made it back up to that 87 level in pre-market. See if we can get back there in the cash market. Amazon really killing it to the upside, breaking out to the high. Google just kind of hanging out. Meta had a little spike above, but didn't really get in continuation. Microsoft is trying to break out of the high. Netflix doing a little bit of rebound off of yesterday's close. Tesla still up about 1.5% today, so doing not bad. Remember, Tesla's the big name today with earnings coming in.
Yeah, I think someone asked you a question about where you get that information.
What information?
That one stuff you just said. Someone just put it in the Discord.
Oh.
He must not be on future Boomer rate. Oh, maybe he's talking about the post that Jim put up.
Oh, yeah, that circle thing. I'm not sure what that is. I haven't looked into it too much. Buy sell program trading clock. Yeah, I'm not sure what that is.
Hey, Jim Dalton's got a webinar today, or is that tomorrow?
It's today at 12 Eastern time, I believe.
Yeah, 9 o'clock, right?
9 o'clock. What time zone?
Pacific. It's 12
So-
o'clock Eastern. It's 9 o'clock Pacific.
Yeah. A real short-term battle going on here with the market going back and forth on the open over and over. Most of the volume coming in right on the open. Watch that 34 here on this downside.
Can you hear me, Brad?
Yeah, I can.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I've been talking, trying to get my mic to work this whole time, but I was gonna say, it to me, it looks a lot like yesterday, man, where there's dips, but it looks like people are just buying these dips,
Yes, I agree. Yeah, we haven't really seen any supply in the past couple of days, and until we do see some supply, I'm just not going to be convinced of any downside. And the first sign of us having some supply would be a closing of these single prints below, and we just haven't been able to get down there, right? And, similar, like you can make trades on both sides of the market, but yesterday, if you had stayed on the long side all day, even if you had shit entries, you're probably finished out a little bit better than the people that were sitting on the downside all day yesterday. Unless you're a dirty little average inner.
just playing the game. No, dude, the market really ripped up. I looked back at it yesterday, or, this morning I went back and, dude, it ripped up a lot at the end, huh?
Yeah, at the end of the day, yeah. Yeah, so
That was
basically,
impressive.
if we expand this profile here, this is kind of what we were looking for yesterday, right? We kind of talked about it on Monday. We talked about it again on Tuesday. The 50 SMA where it was sitting at, we kind of expected that's where people were going to try to sell. These shorter term time frame traders got trapped, selling off of a very mechanical level, and then the market eventually squeezed up, stopping them all out right here. So there is probably still a bit of shorts that are trapped down here, and they'll be looking to cover. And you see, like, during Globex, it looks like a lot of them did cover in those single prints, and that's why, I just don't know if we're gonna get down there. I was prepared to be patient and wait for us to get down there to take some of these longs, but we didn't even get that opportunity, so had to jump in a little bit earlier today. I'm just waiting to get this alert for Apple. I think Apple's going to be the leader today. And if this thing dings and it tells us Apple's breaking up to the upside and you're in a short, just be careful with that, because that could be the end of your day. No real volume though coming in on either side, right? Not really seeing a ton of volume increase when we offer down or when we bid up either side. Or just back and forth above the open and below the open. Have you had these Celsius energy drinks before? They're pretty good. My sister-in-law left one here, and you can get them at Target. They're pretty good. They don't have a bunch of shit in them compared to some of the other energy drinks that are out there.
Like meth and bang.
Or like Jack 3D, the original recipe.
Oh yeah, with dimethylene, whatever it is.
Yeah, when I was in the army, they literally, like, I didn't even know about it, but I had gotten a message from my platoon sergeant at the time, and they're like, hey, you need to go see the sergeant major. And I'm like, what? And they're like, yeah, you had this controlled substance in your room. I'm like, whoa. Like, I definitely didn't have any drugs in my room. Like, there's no way. And then they showed me like the bottle of Jack 3D, and I was like, oh, I didn't know that was against the law. And they're like, yeah, we just passed it. And I'm like, well, nobody fucking told me. And so they just made me throw it away. And then they stopped selling it on post, and you just had to go off post to get the real recipe. And then eventually somebody sued Jack 3D, and then they had to just stop selling it altogether. And then, you know, they just created a new brand and started selling what was their other one that they made? It was like they started making that, like, not NO2, but it was like
Jack 40.
40. No, it's like some yellow bottle that looked like a caution label. I can't remember what it was called. But it wasn't the same. You know, nothing's comparable to Jack 3D. Shorts look like they covered right here on this 39.34. If they don't get back below that, probably pop up back up above the open again. What time frame is the 50? That's a daily. I don't look at any SMAs on any intraday charts, to be honest with you. Not saying that they can't work, just that I don't. Tesla's starting to come down here a little bit. Apple flipped red. Apple's basically flat. Amazon is still doing okay. Google's red. A lot of selling. Look at the tick though. A lot of selling in our heavy sectors, but not really anything crazy. Look at the breadth though. Breadth is still pretty balanced, but tech is still leading the way. No worries, Thomas. Should have formulated a sentence. More short covering here on the 34. Buyers trying to absorb. Some aggressive sellers coming in here. They're trying to push this thing down. Tesla's coming down big here. I mean, not big, I guess. They're down about 0.5% though.
Oof. Huh. Oh, that was beautiful. That was just beautiful.
Would you buy that dip?
I bought the dip in the reverse. Yeah, I shorted from 35,
Nice.
35.50 with 3 lots.
Oh, so just not. Yeah. Dude,
Hey, listen,
Jesus
I had on
Christ.
one at 34, and then it went up to 35.50, and I put 2 more on. I was like, I
You're
ain't
so
falling
funny.
for this trap.
You're so. I'm only gonna trade
Hey,
one lot the whole time I'm in Wyoming.
don't start with me,
Yeah.
Alex. Okay, I was keeping a tight stop loss. Okay, I was like, if the internet goes out,
Where you going?
I'll eat this.
Oh. Oh, okay. I didn't know you were gonna go right now.
We talked about this.
Yeah, I didn't know you were gonna go right now.
Might as well.
Yeah, might as
Before
well.
it gets like hot and we.
Me too. Have fun.
Do you mind that I go?
No, I don't mind.
The kids are fine.
Yeah.
Gordon's in.
All right. The garbage man doesn't come today.
No.
Love you too. Don't start with me, Alex. We're just trying to keep you honest, man. That's it.
I know. I know.
John on Facebook. Thank you for the like, my man. I appreciate it. We got about 20 seconds until the next session opens up. Let's see if we're going to get some continuation or if we're going to get smacked down. TJ said Spike and VWAP held so far. Yep, so far. Very mechanical high, though. I'm still suspect of it. It's fisticuffs now. Or low
Yeah, they're
here.
they're gonna drive it back down to like 23, and then I'm gonna buy with you, Brad. I'll buy 23. That's a good price, you know. I'll buy that. You sold me the 10 yesterday, you know.
If
A
you guys
good
are
value.
wondering if Jared's focused on price or value, he pretty much just answered your question right there. So
Hey, I'm gonna get really good value when I buy the 23.
Sorry if I got you busted there, Jared.
Jared, if you ever go into Jim Dalton's class, please let me know so I can go watch.
Oh, there will be some arguing.
well, you're not allowed to talk, so you just have to just
Oh.
type all your responses.
Does he make you stand in the corner?
Volume
in the
is
corner?
6% less than the previous day so far in that first A period.
Is that Jim Dalton it's gonna be a YouTube webinar?
No, he runs it on like I can't remember the software that he runs on. It's like called like WebEx or something like that.
All right, cool.
Oh,
Did you put it in the
Jared's getting
Discord?
short.
Jared?
I posted it yesterday under the futures thing.
Cool, thanks, man.
Jared will be in all caps, yeah. Listen, motherfucker. But the thing is with Jim, so because Jim mostly is trading options, he's not a 1-point move or a 2-point move is not really going to do it for him. He's looking for at least a 5-point move. That's where those options really gain some premium when they bust over that those 5 points.
I'm gonna have to start muting my mic. People don't know my entries, otherwise everybody's gonna fight me. Everybody's like, all right, time to buy it. I think they're just letting all these longs hang themselves right now.
Could be.
They're like, before we were just gonna take it down to 23. They're like, no, if you want to get trapped up here, we'll show you. They're gonna drive it down to like 3,900 even.
Do you read the trade view, Jared?
I didn't this morning.
Oh, it says that in there. Almost that exact same thing. It doesn't say anything about getting hung, but it does say that I could see them pushing it down to that 3,900 really psychological level.
Hmm.
Just be careful when we get
Well,
into these single prints if you're short, right? This should be an area that you're looking to take profit, as we can kind of expect a little bit of short covering to come in. We have these trap sellers from yesterday, and the reaction off of these single prints should really give us some more information and give us some opportunity to look for that next trade, that next best trade. You're selling right into these shorts covering and buying here. Yeah, I think, but Jared got short at like 32 that time, so he's sitting okay right now. $31 is where the offer's at. Let's see if they hold it below on this retest here of 31. Still offering, still offering. The weak volume on the 32 above that, you probably get more short covering. Then we'll look for some selling on that half back here. They're still offering this 31 though so far. Decent volume coming in down at these lows. The breadth is flipped. Pick is kind of balanced. Not really anything, no real direction today. No conviction at least. Compared to, last week we had real conviction kind of to either side. But nothing really concrete yet today. So I said, today early on is gonna, being patient and picking these entries until the market establishes what it wants to do is going to be important today. The range is still, what's this, 27 to 43? Is that like 23 points? Or not even 17 points? Volume still moving down. Getting into the single prints. Let's see if they close them up. Still some volume coming in at these lows. That was interesting. Good volume coming in at that 25. Unless these sellers keep stepping on the gas here, you might get a response. Yeah. And shit. Sellers here. But that's what I was talking about, right? You get a little bit of short covering right there. That's what that little response is. Right? So don't get don't get all scared or nervous. It makes sense that we get into some of those single prints and some of these shorts start to cover. And that's pretty much exactly what we saw on that 25 there. That reoffer level is still 31. Report should be coming out soon, I think, right? About a half hour.
Bought dip with you, Brad. I bought the dip.
Jared.
I know you bought it. I bet you're like, oh, I'm gonna buy this bottom right here. Yeah.
I did buy the 25 right there, yeah.
Yeah. I know you did. I could smell it. I could smell your order. I was like, oh yeah, this one right here, this is Brad's order.
Like that 32 lot trade, that's Brad. So 31 right here. So if you are long, right, this is a reoffer spot. You'll be looking to try to take some profit here. That's where I'm gonna start to cover some of my position. Brad, could the dealers move price up by calculating how many orders it would take to rise to a certain level and buy them up and reach large sell orders, for example? They could. Yeah, they definitely could. That would be, one of those computer generated algorithms that does those kind of things, right? What's going on here? There you go. I almost didn't get filled on that 32. I was about to get pissed. I'm like, traded over me and didn't fill. It was just delayed.
You were closing your order or you were adding?
I was adding.
An algo like that, so an algo like that to be able to figure out how many to buy would have to be dynamic because, of course, the orders are coming in real time, so it would have to adjust as stuff was coming in.
Right. And that's the thing is like, these are just really complicated um, you know, these algorithms are like extremely complicated. Like a lot of them take in like, you know, the weather and, you know, all of this extra stuff. Right back up to the VWAP right there. Boom.
The word you're looking for is noise. They add a lot of noise.
Noise. There we go. I'd really love a lesson on what told you that 25 was the level to enter. So when we came down in on this 25, right? The market came down and all this volume started to pour in, right? And so if we get a bunch of volume, and I'm expecting short covering right here, and the market ticked back up, tested the 25 again, and that's when I would just started smashing myself in there. And my stop would have been here. You know, it's a complete odds based trade, but because we got all this volume and didn't get any continuation, I just started piling in and, you know, looking for that rebound, right?
Where
If
was your stop? Your
my stop would just right below, like if it wouldn't have, if it would have traded, because there was 542 contracts traded on that low tick, and if it would have traded past that, I would have just clicked flat.
Yeah, because you would have, the volume might be going the other way. and you would have kicked that
Exactly.
out.
And it's just, yeah, it's an odds based trade, right? Good odds that we will see some short covering inside these single prints. We got down here, volume kicked on, we got one pop up, it ticked back down one tick, and I just chased the price back up. Covered some on 31, added some on 32, covered some on 35.50, and I have 4 lots left on. Next level up is going to be the open, and then I want to see us take out that spike high. I'd really just, like, I'm just waiting for us to get in this fucking gap so I can send Jared a piece of mail.
Get out on the open because I'm shorting heavily. Don't fight me on this, Brad. You will lose. You know me. I'll add on more than you. I know I will.
Well, I don't think so.
You'd be surprised. I'm dangerous.
Don't test me, I said. I'm dangerous. Oh, dude, big news. I remember telling you guys, I think I told you guys, I might have been telling James about how if you look on the inside of your Nikes and they're within 2 years of the manufacturing date, you can send them back if they have any defects and they'll send you a free pair. Well, I'm here to tell you that that is 100% factual. I talked to the Nike customer service 2 days ago. They sent me a UPS, you know, mail ticket, whatever they call them, barcode kit thing, to mail my shoes back to them, and they're gonna send me a brand new pair. So fucking let's go for free. Yeah, exactly, TJ. Nice, patient, wait for it to come to your style trade. Exactly. And I'm thinking about just buying this open up just to piss Jared off a little bit, or make him take a little bit of heat, and I'll just take profit like on the 40 or the
I'll handle
41.
the heat. You know me. I don't close losers, bro. I'll fight you all the way up.
Mechanical selling on the settle here. Tesla's starting to rebound a little bit. Look at Apple. Apple's starting to come back up to the highs here. Still selling off the previous day's settle here. What were the comfy trainer brands someone mentioned yesterday? Oh, what were those shoes called, Jared?
Hoka's.
Hoka's or something.
Dude, most comfortable shoe I've ever worn.
I think you've done a
And
great
I was
job. Oh, go
I
ahead.
was always a Nike guy.
Yeah, I've always been a fan of Nikes. I think you've done a great job of educating us about the flow of the market. I knew we were towards the low, but I didn't see the 25 as an entry. The entries is where I'm missing the knowledge. Say wait for it to come to you, but where do I wait? That's what I'm missing. So that is going to come with like understanding kind of like the tempo, and then that split decision, right? So like I said, you'll hear it in the course too, or you'll probably have heard me say it before, but you know, it becomes like three separate skills that you have to master. You've got to master analyzing the market and trading the market, and then the third one is your psychology. But you know, being a good trader is completely different than being a good market analyst, right? Like so. And I'm just going to keep using Jared because I think Jared is good at trading, right? He has been profitable. Not really the best market analyst as far as timing goes, but when it comes to, you know, trading, he has the ability to get into a trade and then get out of a trade when he knows it's not the right trade, right? And I'm not advocating to press the reverse button at all, but you know, there's a lot of people that will just, you know, they'll just hold that losing trade all day. The split decision. Jared gets out of a lot of trades more than he lets on.
No, Brad,
He's into
I swear to
punishment.
God, I haven't closed a loser in 2 months probably. I'll average in. If I
Okay,
believe in
well,
it enough to enter one lot, I believe in it enough to enter 30 lots, and I'll fight it all the way. But I'll wait until it comes my way.
well, never mind. Never mind then.
Yeah, it's a terrible style of trading. I do not recommend it. I'm gonna be fully gray haired and well, I'll probably be bald here in a couple months.
Or lit on fire.
Mm-hmm.
Got bunny balls, but man, you got cojones, man, or deeper pockets than you're letting on.
No, and it's not that either. It just, I don't know. I sometimes get trapped and then I'm like, I'm just gonna average in. And then I get really down and then I'm like, oh, I'm gonna really average in. Brad'll tell you, like, for the most part, I'll take profit. Like I'm just like $150, $200 profit on 1 or 2 lot trades and I'll take it. But there was a time about 2 months ago where I was down like 55,000 in a day. I was fighting a big trend and it ended up coming back my way and I got out in profit. But uh, you almost have to be a psychopath to not close out when you're down that bad. It was brutal. But now I promised myself I would never do that again. So now
Yeah, he
I
also
just,
promised himself while he's in Wyoming that he was only going to trade one lot, but here we are.
I averaged in one or two more, Brad. It wasn't nothing crazy. It wasn't old school Jared. You know, I
You don't
didn't put
gotta
on 15.
you don't have to justify it to me. You just gotta justify it to yourself when you look in the mirror at the end of the day. And
This should be a fucking sitcom, bro.
I've always
Two of you
said
guys sitting next to each other trading. Oh my god.
You
it's
should see
hilarious.
the text he sends me. He's not a good friend. He's very mean.
I know that's why it's so fucking funny.
if anything, I'm actually a better friend because I'm 100% honest with you. You know, you send
No,
me a
you
shitty
are.
ass trade
I know.
report, and I'm not going to be like, "Oh, good job, Jared." I'm
I
like,
know. Brad, no, let me tell you the truth about Brad, okay? There is no pleasing Brad. Like there was one day I traded, it was like $5,000 or something. And I think the most heat I took was like $400 or something. And I sent it to Brad, and Brad's just like he'll nitpick the littlest dumbest shit. He'll just be like, he'll look at like your average entry time or something. He's like, you gotta stay in trades longer or something. Like there's never a positive like, hey, good shit. It's just like he's got to pick me apart every time.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. See, that's the type of shit that's just funny, real life.
Mm-hmm.
I do the same thing to my dad. My dad's been on like a really good streak too, and he'll send me some of his trades. And I'm just like, ugh. You know,
Oh, we're gonna knock out this open right here. I could just see it.
Don't short it. You dare.
Just waiting.
Yeah, wait till the 41, Jared. I'll sell you some back up there.
I was looking to buy it. I was gonna short the 40, 41. Yeah, I'll take that.
So we're in about a 20-point range here as we break above the open again. That offer level this morning or during a session when we were up here was this 41 level. So, you know, this is an area where we can kind of expect to see a bit of selling come out here. That's
Maybe
the army.
That's probably why we trade good together, Brad. Because like you're the buyer, right, and I'm the seller. So you're like, where is Jared gonna enter? Where is Brad gonna take profit? Like that's probably why we trade good together. Because you see from my perspective, and I see from yours. It's like left brain, right brain, right here.
So I'm using my whole brain.
Well, your whole brain.
That would be like, ooh, bird.
Your whole brain better you take fucking profit because you're just
I did at
bid on
41.
it.
I told you.
Good.
Said you
Get
could have
out,
it back
yeah.
at 41.
Yeah, good. Get out. Otherwise, you can be on the losing team.
It's not really the army in me. What it is like I see great potential in people, and you know that's what I'm always looking to do. So like, you know, Jared's not, and I know the people that I surround myself with, right? So I know what they need because I'm huge on psychology, and I know Jared doesn't need pats on the back. He doesn't even really enjoy them. What he does enjoy, even though it might sound like he doesn't, is those nitpicky things. He's like, oh, fucking Brad, so I gotta stay in my trades longer. I'm gonna stay in my trades longer. Right, like, and then he does, and then he improves, and then he has these big days, and you know that's kind of the goal for me is you know, because I enjoy, you know, playing video games every day with Jared, and if he has to go back to work driving a tractor, I'm just gonna have to, you know, play by myself, and that's just not very much fun. And my wife said the kids can't play Fortnite, so they're fucked.
I was looking to get long around 31.5. I didn't get it, and now I'm pissed.
Yeah, it's all right. I mean, a lot of times, you know, you'll miss the opportunities, but they'll come back around.
Yeah, it came down within a point. I was waiting for 31.5. I figured I'd watch the order flow. Never got there. Now I gotta go for a walk.
Dad, you got the day off today?
Or you just start shorting.
Yeah.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, you got the day off today? Are you at work?
No, I work today. We're not busy.
Oh, nice. So we got 4 high that we're about to take out here. Looking for it to get above the last. That's really where I'm looking for it to get above here on this trade. Once it pops it, then I'll be like, Jared's buying lunch today, guys. We do have some liquidity sitting on that 44, about 269 lots. So it's going to take some initiated buying. But I mean, with that B low, just look how weak that is. That's a weak ass low when it comes to supply, right? These sellers just did not do their job there. About to be like Aladdin and Jasmine if we pop this 44. Maybe run up to 54. I can show you the world. Is the bootcamp course and Discord still accessible? The links are not working? The links are not working for the bootcamp course? Let me see here. Could be. The Discord. Oh, you're talking about below CP? Let me post the actual Discord link. So that link below is a link that doesn't work, and we have it designed like that on purpose because it was actually kind of a happy accident, but I kept it because I don't want to get a bunch of randoms or trolls. Watch the breakout up to 54 here. Give me that lunch money, Jared. I can't even hold Jared upside down because if I did grab him by his ankles, he'd be touching the ground. He's so fucking big. But yeah, so there's the Discord link for you, CP. The only thing I ask is that you be positive and respectful, right? We've got a great community of people. Everyone's nice. Yeah, we joke on the stream with each other. But you know, just you know, you don't have to. I don't require anything else. Just be positive and respectful, and don't be afraid to post, right? Don't be afraid to be like, oh, hey, I'm thinking this, right? Come on, Apple. I'm over here poking Apple with a stick, being like, come on, let's go. I'm ready to get into this gap. Big sell order coming in on the 46.75, 128 lots. Jared, is that you?
That would be me.
Shorts covering right there on the 46 half right here. So if it doesn't get back below that 46 half, you're going to start to see more short covering. You know, up to the 50 is a mechanical level, so we could see 50, but I'm looking for this 54 here. Come on, buyers, do what you do. Uh-oh. Somebody's averaging in. If you guys are in the Zoom, if you could just do me a huge favor and just like open up the YouTube real quick, like the video, and then you can close it. Just so we can start getting a little bit more. I mean, you guys have been doing a great job lately. I'm not gonna lie. We've had a lot of likes on the video. We've been doing great. Just so we can continue to share the information with the general populace. We have a gap above, Rob. Yes, we do. That is correct. Yeah, that's this big orange area. See how big it is. The huge gap. That's been holding since, what do we say, June 19th, I think, was the date.
You know, this, I don't know, to reopen it so I can put parts on it that Aiden. Oh, yeah, no problem.
Hey, old man, you want to mute that mic while you're at work?
Oh, sorry, bro.
Oh, look at Apple breaking out high of the day. Come on. Give us the juice. And hopefully you're not allergic to apple juice because I'm about to spill it around like R. Kelly at a party of underage people. We have fun here, right? We have fun. So a little bit of selling coming in, like, you know, right around this 50 level, but it's a lot of volume. Look for these sellers really to get back below that 46 half. That's where that big seller tried to come in at. So the longer we stay above this big seller, the better odds that we start to cover up. And then here comes C period as well in about 40 seconds. A quick peek around the block real quick. Apple is up 0.6, AMD's up 2.2, Amazon's almost up 3%, Meta 2%, Microsoft 0.7. Come on, just give up the 50 already, you little bitches, and take us to the 55. Tesla up 0.7, Netflix up 3.7, up to 209. That's a good one. Good job, Netflix. Let's get back up to that 225. So seller's still sitting on the 250 here. Don't know why. Did I hear, can I get a large try with that? There we go. C period's opening up. Curtis, what's that alert? I need a dark gun so I can shoot Curtis when he has his headphones on. He's not paying attention. A little bit of profit taking from longs here, but there goes those stops. So that seller moved out of the way. Now we're going to see some profit taking by these longs. See if we can find some more momentum buyers that continue this move to the upside. Looking for that 54.55 level. My digital clock, is that an app? No, it's part of Sierra Charts. Yeah, it's a study. CP and Bearded Buffalo, welcome to the Discord. Shining, shimmering, splendid. Now tell me, princess. Just let your heart decide. A whole new world. New fantastic point of view. We're way up here. It's crystal clear that I am going to take Jared's lunch money. Jared, you still rocking this short, or did you give it up? You're almost 20 points negative if you started shorting at the open. 10 points from the
No,
40
I didn't
one.
short at the open. I think I short at like 45 or something, but you know me.
Yeah. So we're getting above this FOMC level, right? And this FOMC level, like we talked about, is the last time we were up here was the 18th of... Was it the 18th? No, the last time we were up here was the 28th of June. And when the Fed came on and said that they are... that equities were too high or overpriced still. So, you know, I imagine that we might see some responsive selling once we get up into this to this gap area up here a little bit. Man, this is a beautiful trade here. Do I use the London session opening and closing times to calculate overnight inventory? I do not. I just use the settle of the previous day. The breadth has flipped back to green. Starting to get some profit taking from longs up here at the 56. So they got the 54, which is what they were looking for. Weak spot in the profile is this 55.75. Sellers can't get below that 55.75. We're just going to continue on up. So two things can happen here, right? We could get a really strong reaction from responsive sellers, right? Key will be ability to break this overnight high. This is just a gigantic gap. And if I blow this thing up and really squeeze our profiles down here, so we can really see, you know, the big picture, you can see we've been holding this gap. This isn't going to do us justice. I'm going to have to use the bar chart. Let's make this big. Okay. So we can see that we've been sitting below here since this day, and this was, I think, the 13th. It's like the 12th or something. The day is really not that important, but if you can assume there's a seller sitting here, so we'd look for responsive selling inside this gap. Basically, and this is on our daily chart, but if this seller is still not active and the seller stays patient and waits to sell up here where we have this upper balance, we could see a huge short covering rally really start to drive. And remember, we don't have the Fed. This is why it kind of looks weird. Let me see, because I have the futures extended hours on. So now you can kind of see it a little bit easier, right? Because it was a gap from overnight. So we could have this huge short covering rally that would take us back to the top of the gap, and we can see all these previous highs sitting up around here, 40.50, and that could be a spot where these sellers really try to get active again. So if you are short, this is a very dangerous spot to continue to be short, because this could happen. On the opposite turn, this seller could still be active. That's been selling this gap 1, 2, right, front running the third time, and they could really push back down. But you just want to be aware of the both possibilities and position accordingly. Don't try to be right. Not worth it. Apple taking us to the upside here, really just driving it hard. They're targeting this Globex high here. These buyers are. That Globex high is at 65. Like, just about. 64.5. The VIX coming down to 23. So this is the first time the VIX has been below 24 in a good amount of time here.
Hey, Brad, what are the numbers on the far left side? The 1, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, so this is showing how wide the TPOs are. So anything above, I mean, it
Oh.
depends on the session, but so like, it just helps you see, like, I mean, obviously we could look and see how wide it is, but if we got 13 and 13, it just helps me
Oh,
track
okay.
value. Yeah.
That's cool.
$12 minutes until the next period opens up. So as of right now, it kind of looks like we're going to be opening up with some more single prints inside this session. We do have these B single prints sitting down here. Market tried to come down to the previous single prints, wasn't able to close them, and then rallied from there. Weak spot on the profile here is this 58 quarter. Sellers need to push back a little down that area. The breadth is not super strong here, right? 1.5 really strong on the NASDAQ, which is the big driver today, the weighted sectors. As you can see here, if we zoom in, you see this line is unweighted. These bars are weighted. These weighted sectors really taking us to the upside here. Netflix slowing down a little bit. Oh. Are the sectors in the Vold chart a shadow trader script? These are not, but Shadow Trader does have one exactly like it. I actually found this on ThinkScript. I used to have the Shadow Trader one, but I found this one on ThinkScript. But you can get them. You can get them from either or. But if you go to thinkscript.com, they have a lot of the. They have a lot of those. A lot of actually a lot of community created indicators. Got scared at the hesitation at the 56, 58 and closed. Felt good to trail that up. Nice, TJ. Good stuff. Buyers were active on the 55 last time, so let's see if they step back up. A little bit of backfilling here. Oh, fuck. A lot of short covering coming out here. Big buy order on the 55, 192 lots. My internet connection is unstable. That is again not ideal. What's my phone? Nice trading today, Dad. Looking good. Then this buy limit not good. Today, my area had scheduled 5 power cuts so they could update supply to the catcher for the increased demand electricity. This afternoon, we've received another letter. They're cutting supply again in 2 weeks. Yeah, that is annoying for sure. But I heard that heat over there is just like melting tarmacs and stuff. It's kind of crazy. So definitely a little bit of responsive selling up here towards that Globex high. Also combined, I think with a bit of profit taking. Big buyer came in on the 55, 192 lots. And that could have been, we had that big seller on the 50, or was he on the 6? No, where was this big seller at? Can't find him. Oh, there he was on the 46. So he could have just been covering his position on the 55 after the market came down a little bit. Or it could have been me buying 192 lots. No way to know for sure. Apple getting above its gamma level. Call Elon and get some inside info. Oh, Elon hasn't been returning my calls lately, if I'm being honest. He's been too busy trying to fucking move to Mars. You're due some rain tomorrow, says Fun while it lasted. Finally, you know, it probably feels like a huge relief. Especially because it's not heat that you guys are used to. Level 1 as well for your buy and sell analysis. I watch the DOM also. Yeah, I look at the DOM. Yeah. I think we have Elon right here, look.
You know, I might pump, but I don't dump.
Caught a tan for the first time since 2019. Let's go. So on this move back to the upside, there's 517 lots sitting on the 6175. You know, that's above that. We've got that 6450 is the Globex high, and that's probably going to be their target if they're able to find the buying power up here. $529 lots still sitting there. Not real much, much conviction here. A little bit of selling trying to come in on the 61. Let's see how it trades here. Buyer scoop that up. Look for it to hold. 61.75 was that bid level. Give us that 64.50, little baby back bitch. Come on. Oh, come on. Don't even with me. 2 ticks. There we go. One more tick, you little bitch.
Come on.
We're going. There it is. All right, so most of my positions covered there. 2 more runners on. So we'll just look to see, you know, let them run. Got my stop loss at 61. And just see what we can catch here. Well, hopefully we get a short covering rally that covers all the way to 40.15. 2 minutes left until the next period opens up here. Changing your name to Triple R. The extra R is too excessive. Hello, Brad. In the Volt chart, how did you get all those percentage labels? Could you help me build this? Trying to duplicate your layout. Thank you. These ones? Oh, in the Volt? Yeah. Shoot me a message on Discord, Reyes. I'll help you out. Offer moved down to 66. They're trying to hold price down so they can gather up some more inventory here. Right here on the 65.50. These sellers are just fucking begging for punishment today.
I'm trapped. I'm trapped. Help me.
I
I'm
told you.
trapped.
I told you not to fucking short, Jared. $2.5. Some buyers stuck on this top tick. Look to see if this thing gets below 63.25. You might see these longs start taking a little bit more profit. But if buyers keep stepping up, then they should be comfortable. 1 minute or 10 minutes, excuse me, till oh, I was way off. 10 minutes until the next period opens up. Apple's just on a tear to the upside. The breath on the NYSE is starting to pick up. There we go. Keep getting some conviction here. I hope this thing goes to 4,000 like fucking just quick as fuck, honestly. Man, I wish I would have left it
Okay, I
running.
get it.
No
Kill
resistance,
him.
yeah.
Gotta practice sitting in trades. Yeah, that just comes with time, honestly. That's just, you know, it's something, and not even just time, but it becomes like a daily struggle too, because I still have days where I'm just like, gosh dang it. If I would have just been a little bit more patient and let this runner run, I would have been just sitting pretty. This thing's just on a tear. Yes, this next low here. 39.87 half. Next level up. That I see. Or maybe this close here, which was 39.7675. When will these sellers quit? Some profit taking going on here. So we're looking at 76, and what do we say? What was this low? 87. 76 and 87. A little bit of profit taking coming in on move. Weak spot on the profiles right here at 70. Look to see if buyers are going to keep stepping up here, or shorts are just going to get scared and keep covering. Buyers did step up right on the 70 there. $5.25 bottom of single prints, 39.82 half. Thank you. The breath is starting to pick up on the NYSE. We're up at 2.3 now. NASDAQ breath is still kicking. And, you know, pretty much everything except healthcare, consumer staples, and utilities is moving on. Brad, you always sit pretty, at least in my eyes. Is that profit taking? You're taking Jared's profit. I actually pronounced it doubler in my head when I made the name, but double R probably sounds cooler. Oh, that was probably me that said double R. Now I can't read well. Doubler. Doubler sounds cool. What? Yeah. What happened to your eye? What was that big bang upstairs? Did you fall off the cot? Yeah.
I was laying this watch because I didn't realize.
How about that? That's from 525. More minutes until the next period opens up. Sure. We have some offers moving down here for sure. I said that weak spot in the profile looked like it got filled in. It was right at that 70.
Just take your profit, you rich motherfucker. Jesus Christ.
Crowdfunding platforms like Kickstarter and Indigo have raised billions of dollars for all sorts of projects. Seed on Venture is well positioned to redefine crowdfunding on the future. Oh, so must be getting some spammers in the chat here.
Just take your profit, Brad. Join my team.
Jared, I definitely am not getting short. I don't even know if I've taken one short this whole week.
Just do it.
Offers sitting on, well, kind of on the 70. Its offers are moving down, but really looking at that 72 half for me. Above that 72 half, we should get some more short covering, take us back up to 39.75, which is, you know, fairly mechanical. We're looking for that 39.76 here, though, which was the previous close of one of those days. Offer still sitting on 72 half.
Felt like I was just spoon feeding them. I was like, I'll sell. And they're like, I'll buy. Like, oh, you want to sell me some more? Yeah, I'll buy.
Well, I told you I filled 197 lots earlier, so you should have fucking known. Probably your dyslexia, because that's how you read too. Yeah. I have VPOC, value area high, value area low, poor highs, lows, extended right until broken, so I noticed it. Oh, value area 73.5. Yeah, I don't really track value areas that far back. I more just look for the highs and the lows. And then I like the closes too. But I mean, I'm not saying that that's a bad thing to do. That's probably a good thing. And I appreciate you posting it for us. 73 half. Yeah, it ended right at 73 half, so obviously that's a good idea. When I start doing like too many lines on my charts, like even this going on down here with all the single prints and stuff was almost driving me crazy, but I just had to have them on for today's trade. Jared, imagine if you were long with me from the 25
Oof.
instead of short from the 45.
Dude, I was long for a while, and then or I was short, and then I even bought the 25 and then I took profit. And then once I tried to short the open again, it just blew past, and I was like, oh, okay, this can't last long, and it has lasted.
Yeah, so let's we're looking for that 76 here. D period's opening up. We open up with the poor high. The open is right on the C high, so doubt that it holds here. Let me look at the volume real quick. Volume in that C period was about 2% less, so we were about 8% less during B period, and we've got an increase of about 6%, but still 2% less volume than the previous day. Oh, buddy. Some lunch? It's only 11 o'clock. What do you want for lunch? Okay, well, you're gonna make it yourself, because I'm not making it. Yeah, she can help you.
Sour.
So, I mean, massive single prints, right? It makes sense that at least it gets tested. You know, the seller's opportune, or at least target, is probably that 64.5, which is going to be the Globex high. They're going to be looking to get back into that Globex range and give them a little bit more conviction and probably scare off a little bit of buyers at that point. A lot of volume coming in right here at this low, 68, 68 quarter. Weak spot in the profile to the upside is that 69.75. Above that, you'll probably get more short covering, but sellers looking to keep it below that, right? And their target's at 64.5. Big volume coming in down here. Someone bought that dip. No way to know for sure who it was, though.
Brad? I swear to God.
Jared, you
Don't
got your
stop.
hand on the reverse button?
What?
It's
No.
too late for that.
Yeah.
He's
yeah,
past
what are you
that
talking-
past that point
Yeah.
of being
Unless you
able to
think we're
reverse.
going up to 4,100.
Lock those losses in.
I mean, there is opportunity today. Like I said, this thing could short cover all the way up to close that gap, 40.14. Right? We get these little spells of selling because people are trying to call the top, right? And it's just not a good practice. You never want to just trade against the market. And I'm not saying that there's not opportunity on both sides of the market, but you know, the opportune for this week has been to the upside for the most part.
Jared, I hope your average gym price is above 58.
It is above 58. Yeah. It's above 60.
It's a lot of averaging. So watch for the 64.5, right? That's that Globex high. Probably see some mechanical buyers around that level, and that could give the market the support that it's looking for. Like someone's buying this low again.
God damn it, Brad. Knock it off. Brad's like, just get out of your short, Jared, so the market can rip up.
Brad, you still got a runner?
Yeah, I closed like the position and then opened up another position. But yeah, I do have
I was
I do have a
asking
trade on.
The reason
What's
I
up?
was asking it, it's so hard. Like when I see stuff like this, where it's like taking a breather, like the market's just cooling off a second before it probably continues, in the direction it's been going. It's so hard for me to keep a runner, when it's pulling back 5-6 points.
Right,
So
because you
just
don't
curious,
want
like,
to
how you handle all that.
yeah, a lot of times it just kind of depends on the tempo that we get. And then like, the references above. So I did have my stop down at 61 for the longest time. I ended up closing up here at 71.75, like the full position. Then I added here at 67 quartered. So we're pretty much, at a flat position here. I still have my eyes on that 61. I'm not gonna, ride this thing down to 61 to just to prove a point. I'll just flatten out. But I am looking to see a reaction off that 64.5 to 61 level to see if buyers step up around that level. But yeah, I mean it's just it's not worth it, especially in the markets with the conditions the way that they are on such low volume, to try to, just sit in the position forever. Because I mean, if I had my stop at 61 and I let this thing come all the way back down to 61, then I just gave up like 14 points to the upside, and that's just not a good practice, right? And that can actually build bad habits. As far as like, you've seen it before, you'll see it again. The mind is a tricky place where it remembers things, and that's kind of what's happening to Jared's brain is, he hasn't closed a loser all week, and I've been telling him for months, like, one of these days the market's just not going to rotate back far enough for you to be in green, and you're going to punish yourself, right? And like I said, he's lucky for him, he's like fucking Chuck Rhodes from Billions, just in here fucking snapping rubber bands on his legs so he can get motivated.
I know I've been having to fight my brain trying to give me these negative thoughts. Like anytime I could go down a point or something, I'm like, maybe I should average in like Jared does. I'm like, no, TJ, don't do that.
Bad DJ, bad DJ. So we got a little bit of volume coming in, or offers coming down at this 70 here. So remember, the 70 was a little bit of a support area. They came down, they backfilled it, and now they're looking to cover their position is what it looks like. So they've got a little bit of profit, and they might start to keep moving. There they go. $64.5 is their target on this downside. But somebody keeps buying it down here.
You're gonna regret it.
And weekly VWAP's way down at 3,900. Take a peek at Bitcoin. It's about to break our level here at 24.2. So above this level, I think that target's going to become 25,000, real psychological level. And if you don't get big selling coming in around that 25,000 on Bitcoin, I think 27,000 is probably going to be the target here on the upside for Bitcoin as well. So we're getting a lot of risk on today. See the breath cooling off a bit here. See Apple taking a little bit of a breather after, putting in a pretty decent upside, and our weighted sectors catching up with our unweighted sectors here. Let's see if these sellers can get us down to this 64.5 here. For Jared's sake.
Yeah, they're soaking up some contracts right here.
Zoe, hey, how you doing? Uh-oh. The sellers are going to need to defend the 70 level. They're not doing a great job. There's 2,000 lots sitting on the 75 here. 2,227 lots. Must be Jared's stop loss.
Yeah, they go. You've been doubling down every 10 points.
Double. That's cute.
And the hits just keep on coming.
Ace, I'm new here, but Chuck Rhodes rubber bands reference. LOL. Keep up the good work. Thanks, Ace. Yeah, I'm glad you got that. Yeah, and that's from that show Billions. You know, if anyone hasn't seen Billions, it's definitely a good show. They should check it out. It's a really cool show.
Welcome to the dark side. Just needs to shit off a cliff right here.
So their
Take
target
out the-
down here is going to be that 64.5 if they're able to get to that Globex high. And you can probably expect short covering.
That's not their target. They're gonna target the low of day.
The low of day, the call out. Babe
Yeah,
Ruth
we're
over
going.
here pointing at the fence.
Ain't no guess.
Got too
Hey,
many
here's
track
your
shorts
here's your
back here.
theme song. Here's your theme song for Jared.
Yeah, get me ready. I'm warm.
Don't make me
now.
don't make me press my button, Jared. I'll press my stop run button. I'll do it. Been painting and listening on the fast speed to catch up. Cool. Painting is the worst. I don't know if you enjoy it. I hate it, but some people like it. All right, I'm going to take a quick bathroom break. I'll give you a chance to sell this thing down, Jared, and I'll be back shortly.
Brad, if you could, yeah, there you go. Just stop by. Walk away. Get out of here.
Jared, what's your take profit target?
60. Yeah, 60.
And you guys trade any alts?
Mm-mm. Not lately.
Oh, we're scared.
Close for lunch? McDonald's. And he's getting some fries for lunch. I'm the king of the house, so whatever I want. All right, I'm back.
I just can't figure out.
Jared, you didn't do a
anybody's
very
trading
good job on selling this thing
Celsius.
down. Ooh, bids
I'm
stepping
giving-
up 67.50. Didn't go anywhere. They
Wow,
didn't get a chance to trade it. This might be that time where we pop this top here, so be careful. They got to get below that 67.50 bid. That 2,000 lot order still sitting up on the 75 here. Remember, we haven't hit the 76 yet. That's that next level up, that 76, and then above that, what did we say, 87? Why is nobody trading Celsius? I'm not sure. I'm not trading any crypto trades, to be honest. Not right now. Where's my mouse at? Much rather be studying and trading. Got a 6-bed student house to paint and clean before the new lot come in September. But that's good. I mean, that's good. That's that passive income, Zoe. So that's a good way to go. So there it goes. They push back through that bid. Sellers looking to target that 64.5. Just struggling here.
There's a crap ton of single prints. I mean, well, I guess not crap ton, but a bunch of them right here.
Yeah, this is a lot of single prints to remain through to the end of the day. That's for sure. Another bid stepping up on the 65.
I'm gonna look, see how it responds to that 62, that C halfback.
Yeah, and we do have weak volume right there on that 62 as well. Buying this shit up at the lows. I haven't seen an order like that up on the 75 for a while now. It's been a, I mean, when's the last time we saw something like that? So they get down to that 65.50 right there. A bunch of selling came in, but just no real follow through. Selling that 66.25, 66 area. This is kind of their last chance, I think. Really, if they get above this 68.75 on this one, I think we're going to get a little bit of this lady coming out.
If that 2,000 lot order trades, then that's probably somebody's been putting that position together, that balance on around like 3740 to 3800 or whatever. That we're in
Yeah,
forever.
right. I think so. Yeah, and so it'll be interesting to see if it trades as a profit target and we hit it and rally back, or if it just pulls and this thing just runs through.
What number are you guys talking about?
75. 39.75 has 2,000 lots on it. Oh yeah, that's true, Alex. The 70 has 500 lots sitting on it as well.
Brad, I swear, if you keep buying this dip, I'm beat your ass.
I gave you a chance while I was gone.
Just let it run. Don't fight me. Take your profit, you greedy bastard. Let me get in a profit, and then I'll go up with you. Okay. Let's go back down to the 40.
The 40.
Right?
Oh my
I'll
God.
rally up with you.
Back down to the open.
Okay.
Jared, I'm pretty sure we said don't be shorting if it got over 44.
Okay, listen. Okay, if it can get up this high, it can go down that low. It's math.
Great strategy.
Yeah, you gotta know where the inventory is, though, bro.
You gotta know when to hold them, know when to fold them,
That's right.
know when to walk away, know when to run. I can keep going. I'll have to look up the lyrics, so that's the only part of the song that I know. Yeah, Johnny Cash. A lot of volume coming in around this 67. A lot of offers coming in 67.5 here. Like I said, if we get above that 68.75, I think that this thing might just rip past that 70. There is 500 lots sitting on the 70 though, so it is going to take a little bit of buyer support, initiated buying at these higher levels. Sellers coming in at the 66.5 here. Oh, and the 66.25. The Elon Musk trials should be starting soon too, because the Twitter lawsuit should be starting soon. I've been waiting for the Black Swan to be buying some puts. Oh, Kenny Rogers. There we go, Ace. My bad. Kenny Rogers. What'd you say, Kevin?
How do you get a court case to start that soon? I mean, courts are like years backed up.
Well, when
So
you're a
they squeeze
billionaire,
that
you
one
just get to do whatever you want.
Right.
Did anyone see that picture of Elon Musk on the what's it called? On the, he's like on a yacht and he's like the same color as the yacht. Just
Yeah.
white as paper.
I was curious how he could be that way.
Yeah, I mean,
That's-
you know,
that
if I was rich, I would definitely have like, you know, a six pack because I'm rich and I'll just pay someone to make me have a six pack. And yeah, I mean, I don't know, like you get your shit together, Elon. But I mean, honestly, he doesn't give a fuck. His dad just had a kid with like his stepsister or something like that. You might get to 64 half, Jared. If you do, you just have to be happy with it, okay?
Dude, that's not enough. Okay. All right. That's not what we need. Okay.
64 half to 61 is the area on this pullback that we'll look to see if buyers are willing to step up and continue the upside here. The breadth is cooling off a little bit, starting to get the tick coming down here. Apple coming down a little bit as well. So there's that past that 64 half. So here's that 62 almost. This is the halfback of C. He said he hates working out. It's a waste of time. Yeah, but when you're that rich, you could just have somebody else work out for you. You know what I mean? Like somebody just comes to your house and like fucking manipulates your body for a workout. So there's the halfback. Let's see if we get any mechanical buying off here. Nothing really too extreme yet. Weak spot above is that 64. No real aggressive buying yet. Little pop right off that 62 though. Sellers need to keep selling this thing to hold it below 64 here. If not, the offer is still back up 67 half. Who cares how strong you are in space? Yeah. Offer moving down here. What is this? 64 quarter. Bid stepping up on the 62. A little bit of a battle here back and forth of if we're going to stay in this Globex range or if we're going to pop back out of it. Still, I mean, this is still a lot of single prints here. Maybe you'll get that 55, Jared.
That would be enough.
Yana Luca. Good morning. Musk making fun of Gates' body is so damn ironic given his pale barrel chest. Yeah, I mean, and it's kind of like, you know, I'm not really making fun of him. It's just I'm saying like if I was that rich, this is what I would do. You know, I don't want to, you know, body shame anyone. That's just not nice. I was just stating a fact. Like he is pretty pale. Like, you know, it's impressive. Like he must really do a good job at staying out of the sun. Because I know if I go in the sun for a day, my arms are brown.
They just kept giving him a comparison. I saw on TikTok too. They're like looking at him and then Jeff Bezos. And Jeff Bezos is like all tan and jacked right now. And they're like, he's got some catching up to do.
I haven't seen a picture of Bezos.
Jared, do you unwind your positions or you just like flatten all that stuff out at once?
Oh, I just flatten. If I get back into profit after taking heat like this, I just, let's wrap it up.
And then he'll call me and be like, well, actually, I finished up $4,000 a day.
Yeah.
Took 70 grand of heat, but I'm like, oh,
Took
Jesus.
7 grand.
I said 70 grand.
Oh, no, not that much.
Astronauts work out every day on space. They have some old looking treadmills. Yeah, I mean, you've got to be in really good shape to go to space. That's the thing, is like the G-force. That's why I'm wondering, like, if we do send a bunch of people to space, will we be?
Dude, Captain Kirk went to space. I mean, come on.
Will we be like putting people in like little like sleep pods or something like that? You know what I mean? So they can not feel that G-force and push it back down. Watch this weak spot on the profile right here, 64 quarter, 64. Above that, the next offer is 67.5.
That's right. Run away from me. You'll be back.
So next offer area was at 67.5. Maybe 66 quarter too. There was some offers coming down when we broke the low. How much do we pay for an hour from a personal trainer in the US? I have no idea. I've never had a personal trainer.
I think it's like 150 or 200 an hour or something. All to get info that you can get from YouTube.
He's gonna throw dirt, at least have something to lean on. Yeah. $150 a month for 5 days a week, 1 hour. Where are you at, Otto?
That's right. Take profit, you greedy bastards.
Who's taking profit?
Wongs.
Oh. Any thoughts on
They're like,
BTC?
They let it come back and they're like, oh, yeah, I might as well get some of my money back. Yeah. And then.
So what I'm thinking, oh, you're in Guatemala. Okay. What I'm thinking here is, if we do break this level, this is kind of like that last level for me, really, to see if they defend, and there they go. I'm looking for this thing to come up to 25K, and that's kind of going to be an area where they really need to come in heavy and try to sell. And if not, I think the target's going to be that 27,000 level. But we could see real strong responsive selling. I know there's a lot of people that are bearish on crypto, and just like, how do you call it? Like, they're just wanting it to fail, not trading like what's going on the chart. They're just trading their emotions, basically. So, we definitely want to stay cognizant of what's actually happening on the chart, and also the psychological level of 25,000, where we could see a lot of sellers or a lot of people capitulate and get a decent sized move. 10 seconds until E period opens up. Let's see what we get. Not going to be opening up on single prints this time. Still have that poor high holding. Here comes E period. At 67.5, still holding the offer so far. $500 lots still sitting on the 70 and 2,000 lots still sitting on that 75. You look at the volume here. So still a little bit of a volume increase since the opening session on this move to the upside here, but still about 2% less than the previous day. Yeah, vanity things, auto in the United States tend to cost a lot more on purpose, right? Because everyone, you know, they're like, I need to have a six-pack. I need to have a Fendi purse. I need to have a car that I pay half my paycheck every month for. Oh shit, I'm getting a phone call. Hello? Hey. Streaming. Yeah. Oh, no worries.
It's Elon Jared. He said
That son of a bitch. I never forgave him for what he did me on Doge.
Nice. I got extra money for lunch from Jared today, so we can get McDonald's. He's shorting the market because he's just
Very funny, Farva.
I'm just messing with him. Yeah. Just the usual. Well, the quarter pounder meal. Yeah.
Damn. Brad's taking so much of my money. He's like, yeah, just supersize it.
What's that? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's what I would get her. She's upstairs though, so and she probably has her headphones on, so she'll just be happy with whatever she gets. Yeah. Okay, sounds good. Love you too. Bye.
Did you hear me, Brad?
No, what'd you say?
Uh-oh. I was like, Brad's taking so much of my money. He's like, yeah, just supersize it. Yeah, no problem.
I won't even use my McDonald's app.
Yeah, he's like, I will take a page one. Yeah.
Yeah. Is my stream deliberately delayed on YouTube? No, there's always going to be a delay. I have it on the lowest latency possible, Steven. You know, if you want to tune on Twitch, Twitch is a lot more responsive. So that would be a spot where you could definitely tune in at to get like, you know, more live information, I guess. Or if you're not in our Discord, you could jump in our Discord and information's there pretty quickly as well. I'm not sure what the delay is on Facebook either. But that's where the three spots that I'm streaming at: Facebook, Twitch, and the YouTube. Everything costs extra because of your tipping. Oh, in the United States? Yeah. Yeah. That's true. Yeah, over in different countries, they typically don't tip like waiters and stuff like that. Kind of live like Dwight Schrute. Why would I tip someone for a job that I can do myself? I did, however, tip my urologist because I am unable of pulverizing my own kidney stones. Dwight Schrute.
Yeah, because they're so darn generous.
Yeah. So next level up here, now that they got control of that 67, is looking like the 72. Tommy on Twitch, thank you for the follow.
It's like, I feel like tipping my proctologist right now. Jesus. Dude, Brad, that was so funny. It came within one tick of my take profit right there.
And you just are like, no, I like the punishment and stayed in.
Well, no, I just wanted to just get back to where I needed to get to, and then it was like, nah, let's run from this guy right here. This guy he's dangerous. Yeah, freaking went all the way. My break even was 60.50 right there.
Yeah, you can join us in the Zoom too.
I told you C half back, bro. I told you.
Yeah, that was a great one. Working excellent. Hopefully you're still hanging on to that. Yeah, Tommy, I'm on Twitch. Yeah, just stream it on all of them. Hey, Joe. Thank you. Look at that. I'm getting all kinds of gifts today. Free t-shirts. Free lunch. Everything. The TPO Bootcamp link doesn't work in the description. In order to watch the TPO Bootcamp, you'll have to jump in the Discord. I can post the link for you below. The only thing I ask is that you be positive and respectful. You know, we're not really having anybody in the Discord who is a troll or anything like that. So, you know, that's pretty much all we ask. And then, you know, as you grow in this process or this journey that we call trading, you know, just share information, call out things that you see, and, you know, let us know. We're not going to shame you if we don't agree with it. We're all about helping each other out and helping each other grow, as we understand that this is a, you know, marathon, not a sprint.
Dirty might get one last chance here. If he can't take the low of D though. Whew.
Oh, you'll see.
Friendliest Discord ever. Yeah, it is definitely true. My uncle is like a hacker too, so if you get in the Discord and start trolling on fuck Jay and Silent Ball up your ass, show up on your doorstep. Like, did you say? I love that part of the movie. They just go around like the country after they get all that money and just start beating everyone's ass. I was talking shit online. Hilarious.
See you later, boys.
A little bit of profit taking
What movie are
here.
you talking? What
Jay
movie
and
you talking
Silent
about?
Bob.
Silent Bob, that's right.
Classic movie. Weak spot on the profile 64 again. Look to see if sellers are going to want to move down to sell it again. If not, they'll probably be looking to take it back up to that 67.5. They're holding it still so far. Short covering going on down there though. That 500 lot order moved off of the 70 this time. Moved down, so they're trying to pressure this thing down here. Respect. We'll definitely join. Awesome, man. Check it out. VWAP's all the way down at 39.52.
Gotta get my rubber bands ready, Brad.
Yeah, if this thing gets back above this 64 here and holds, you're going to be looking for those rubber bands with tacks.
Mm-hmm. Put some tacks to my shoes to start stomping.
A lot of volume coming in at this low here.
Hey, Jared, what's your break even?
I'm not even telling you guys anymore, and you guys
Oh,
will buy
shit.
it.
I haven't even been in here. What's going on? Did you guys beat up on them somewhere? Come on.
Yeah,
You can
they're,
tell us. What is
they're picking on me again.
damn sons of bitches?
I know, they're like one tick away from him. We're all buying. I already know it. I'm not reading the chat. Everybody in the chat is probably like, all right, we're buying this. What's your break even, Jared?
His break even 60.
60.
Yeah. The issue is he gonna get out on that break even? That's the thing.
Fuck yeah, I will. I will. I'll do it.
That's where he's pressing the reverse button.
No, I'm just not gonna enter again for a little bit. Just let me have it, guys. Here, just sell with me real quick, just for a little bit, and then
That'd be a new movie, FOMO, coming soon, starring Jared.
FOMO. It's more like a YOLO than a FOMO. Oh my God, they're relentless right here.
It's got to break below D.
Even if it does break below D, you're gonna possibly be short-lived on how long it hangs out below there. It does look like it wants to go down though. Sellers moving down from the 67.5 to this 63 here, 63.5.
Yeah, I'm picturing E, going a few ticks past D just to get soaked up by short covering, potentially. So many shorts.
Yeah, there's a lot of shorts down here. Quick look around. We're seeing the dollar is, a little bit positive today. Bitcoin's up 2%. Oil down 1%, about 99.63. ES futures up about 0.5%. Nasdaq up 1.5%. Russell up 1%. Dow's basically flat. Gold is negative 0.3. Apple's up 1.3. AMD's up 3%. Amazon up 3.25. Google up 1%. Meta up 2.75. Microsoft up 1.5. Netflix up 5%, up to 212 now. Tesla up 1.25. Why do you have that brown background? This is the gap, Auto. So we're filling in a little bit of this gap, but this gap is that gap from the daily chart. That's a why? Looks like intraday value shifting higher. That is a good call out. We're having 3 TPOs up here. So we're seeing value move to price and not price move back to value. Very good eyes there, Caesar.
Hey Brad, just short the 65 with me real quick. We're gonna get heavy here, and we're just gonna drive it down.
Ever. Look, Luke Skywalker. Buyers coming in on the 65 here.
Shut up. Where's that 2,000 watt order? I need him to move down. And we're
Gone.
gonna just drive
It
this
used to
thing
be
down.
on the 75. It's not there anymore. Looks like we might get this girl coming out here. $67.5 was this last offer spot. See if these sellers still want to be active at this position. Yeah, Otto, this gap is from this gap here. This daily gap. Apple's coming back up to its highs as well here. We're trying to at least. Seller's still active there at the 67.5. Ah, where's my fucking mouse at? Buyer stepping up. Seller's still giving it the good old college try here. Whoa. Bitcoin running into some sellers up here at our high level.
Ugh, gross.
See the 80 SPD turning back up here. The Vold's still kind of just doing nothing really. And it's just volume up versus volume down. So volume kind of, even though the volume has increased, we haven't really got an increase in like a huge volume up yet. But it does seem like we're about to.
For Jared's sake, I'm hoping it doesn't get over 70 here.
Oh, if it does, you'll see something I haven't done. I might have to close it because this is getting to be too much for me.
Should we all put this in our journal?
Okay. All right. See how today's gonna go. All right.
Oh gosh. The worst part is that you got long at the 25 and you could have just been patient with that one lot on the 25 and you would have been good to go.
I know.
That's why trading rules are important, right? Trading rules, they're not going to be the same for everybody, but they are important to have. And if you're not following your trading rules, or at least having trading rules, right? Sometimes you're going to break the rules. And honestly, the rules are more like guidelines anyways, but you know, they do keep you honest, and they should keep you honest. And you know, typically if you go back into your journal and look at the times that you broke your trading rules, they'll probably line up with a lot of the days that you didn't trade well as well. So, and remember, I'm not the type of person that considers a losing day a bad day or a winning day a good day. It matters on what the trade plan was, if you stuck to it, and if you traded well.
Yeah.
That really is important. Right? That it's like,
Jared, I think your strategy could work. I think your strategy could work if you were like thoughtful about where you started building it at. You know, like the poor high got put in. You know, start building it with the tight stop behind that.
Okay, so once I got in at the open, it's, you know, I thought once it hit the day's high at like 43.75, I was like, okay, I averaged in again right there because I'm like, I don't think we'll break this. And then it ripped up like 20 more points right after that. So that's where I got caught and should have got out. Like once it broke that high, you know, that it set in earlier, then I should have got out. That was just bad play.
So you've been fighting this since the open?
Bro, I've been in this trade for not since the open. What was that? Once it came and broke the open. Once it rallied up and then broke the open, then broke the high it set in the morning. Yeah.
Yeah, like almost 2 hours.
So a key thing here to understand, right? Intraday, we're having balance. This E period is sitting inside this D period, right? D period was also inside C period. This is telling us that the market is, you know, typically waiting on having more information and is unable or just hasn't seen what it needs to see in order to get this continuation past the D high or past that D low now. So this is one of those times where we get up to the D high. You know, I don't think it's the best idea to go for that breakout, especially because we saw some big volume up there. But it does look like it wants to go. Yeah, Uncle Stacy, it's just you. Everyone else can hear me. I can hear them. Nine minutes until the next period. Bid's starting to step up here too, it looks like. Another test of that 67.5 and if bid step up again. And
Well, that wasn't very nice.
Yeah, there goes that 70.
Brad, are you and Jared brothers?
no.
No.
Oh, some big orders just traded right here on the 71 and 70.75. Offer came down and bid got filled instantly. And then it trades above. Yeah, this is that. Might be that moment, so be careful here. NQ looking to crack the highs again. Yep. You can see the breath still cooling off a little bit here on the NASDAQ, which is why I'm saying, like, you know, I don't know if I would buy the breakout here. Definitely there was a better opportunity, right? 67.5 was a great opportunity. That half back that TJ called out was a great opportunity to hold. But a breakout trade at this point, I mean, it might work. This thing could run all the way. We're looking for that 86 up here. So we definitely could get some opportunity to go up to that 86, but you just want to be a bit careful. Nope, don't like that.
Don't like that.
Do you know the seminar today? Yeah, it starts in this. Jim Dalton's seminar starts in 7 minutes. You guys will have to let me know how it goes. I'm gonna be going to eat some lunch here pretty soon. Let's see if we can fix this poor high. And just, come on. Yeah, tech is leading the market today for sure. If they don't break this high and we have this kind of triple top look, right? Good odds that it will break, but no idea when. But it's showing us a lack of demand if it doesn't break. So if this thing trades all the way back down to value, which is where 68 is at right now, this is showing a lack of demand at these higher prices. Not really like a responsive seller coming in. It's just that people are unwilling to trade at these higher prices so far. And especially if we don't break it. I'd like to see it break before this next session opens up, but I'd like to open up the next session on single prints and we can get up to this 86.
Are you in a long right now?
I am in a long right now, yeah. From 63 though. 63.75 actually.
Oh wow, good job, man.
Thank you.
Good
Can you
job,
take a
Brad.
quick look at BTC? What are you seeing major resistance for this bear market rally? Yeah, so with Bitcoin, with Bitcoin, I'm just seeing this 24,200, 24,199 as the resistance. So far, you know, Watch the 70 level on this retest on the ES. If buyers don't step up here, they'll probably rotate back down at 67.5. I think if we break this, that 25K becomes the target, right? It's kind of like the next level up that we're already hit 24,000. So 25,000 is a really easy number to remember, right? Especially a lot of people trading, you know, it's a quarter, right? 25, 25, 25, 25, right? It just makes sense. That's where they'll target. If we don't see a bunch of responsive selling at this 25 level, or a bigger responsive seller at this 25 level, then I think that we might cover up to 27,000 up there. Peter, thank you for the like on Facebook. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking for here. We had that breakout of balance yesterday, so I wouldn't be surprised to see if we do get another retest in Bitcoin. You know, back down into the high of value to see if that buyer is still active, and then the break, definitely a possibility for sure. Just, you know, just a matter of time on how we're gonna be able to tell. I mean, there's levels all the way up too. I think that 25K is like pretty much, that's their ticket here. If you're interested in it, tuning into a Jim Dalton webinar, it starts in 3 minutes. I posted the link in the Discord yesterday, so just go into the general chat, scroll up, and it should be there if you want to jump in it. And if anyone does jump in it, just let me know
Don't like this.
any good information that pops out, please. Does this rally look like shorts taking profit or more buying? This is buying. This is actual buying, just like yesterday. Short-term sellers getting, you know, squeezed, but this is buying. All right, guys, I got about 3 minutes. My lunch just got here. Still lack of demand right here so far. Good size volume coming in. If these sellers don't push us back down past like a 70 here, then this thing should be, you know, cleared. Big offer up at the 80 now. Still some orders sitting on the 75, 240 lots. Sellers look like they're getting trapped again on the 73 up here. $20 seconds. Kind of seems like all these people are, you know, they're like paying to see the turn card, right? They flopped, they paid to see the flop came out, it didn't hit. They have Jack King.
Man, I was just thinking that.
And now they're paying to see the turn card on, and here we go. Here comes the turn card.
I'm holding till the river. I'm looking for the flush. I'm looking for the nut flush right here.
And then the turn comes up, a deuce of diamonds.
Little do you know, I got a straight flush.
Yeah, straight flush of that account down the drain, maybe.
Yeah, no shit.
Oh, all right, guys. Well, I am, you know, I'd love to stay and watch this breakout with you guys, but my lunch just got here, and I'm gonna go eat some lunch.
All right. Yeah, go fucking go eat and then run into traffic.
But at least you won't have me sitting on the 67 buying anymore, so you guys can take it lower if you want. Other than that, make sure that you guys manage risk and stick to your trade plan. If you don't have a trade plan, make a trade plan and don't trade. If you don't know how to make a trade plan, jump in our Discord and, you know, ask around. People post their trade plans every day, including myself. So just take a peek at how I do it, and if it speaks to you, then it speaks to you. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You know, no hard feelings. But yeah, you know, the only thing I ask is that you be positive and respectful in our Discord, and have a great day. Appreciate everybody hanging out, and I will catch you all later.
See you
Yeah,
guys.
bud. Later, man.
Later, man.
Later, everybody.